In 2007, I was invited to host the very first ceremony for the annual Plant Awards in the sleepy northeast city of Newcastle upon Tyne. Naturally at the time I took little or no interest in the town, and as the awards were axed that same year due to accusations of vote rigging, I was never to return. Until now. Welcome to Newcastle. Tucked away in the top right-hand corner of England lies Newcastle upon Tyne, and to a lesser extent Gateshead just under Tyne. Two rival towns linked only by the many bridges crossing the river between them. Most famously the Tyne Bridge, and the Millennium Bridge, known on the Newcastle side as Gateshead Millennium Bridge, and on the Gateshead side as Gateshead Millennium Bridge. This weekend, the unique 150-year-old hydraulic swing bridge, designed and built by William Armstrong, whoever he is, will rotate on its axis to allow an impressive fleet of boats to pass through on the River Tyne. Sightings of the bridge in action are now extremely rare, and I'm keen to secure a front row seat for the spectacle. However, before then, I do have a bit of spare time to explore some of the other sights and attractions the city has to offer. I spoke to this local Geordie to find out what's not to be missed during my stay here.
Well, there's loads of stuff if I were you, I would get yourself down to the Angel of the North, that big Keith thing that goes like that at the end of the motorway. I would go and see that's class that and get yourself down to the Sage. That's not the Hope, that's the big metal thing that's out there. It's got all the music and stuff in there, you got some canny chanting in there and then if I were you, I'd go and do the Baltic, which is the contemporary art thing. I don't know what that means, but I've heard it's canny good So if I were you, I'd go and get yourself over there. And then you got Gateshead International Stadium where Gateshead FC they play some canny football at times but not as good as the Toon.
Apparently the swing bridge is going to open tomorrow. Can you tell me anything about that?
The swing bridge? Well, it's difficult to tell you now, but if I were you, I wouldn't go and do the spring bridge. I'd go and get yourself into do some things in the Toon, I'd go and see your marriage, have a couple of jobs and stuff like that. But if it gets to it, you can go to Chateau St James's and go and see all the lads playing on the Hallowed Turf.
Although I'm grateful to Trayvon, not his real name, for taking the time to talk to me, I've decided to disregard all of his suggestions for the simple reason that none of them is actually in Newcastle. The Angel of the North is in Gateshead, the Baltic Art Gallery is in Gateshead, and the Sage is in Gateshead. I'm beginning to wonder whether Newcastle should take a leaf out of Edinburgh's book and join forces with its obviously superior neighbour to form one big city. Optional names could include Gates New, Castle Gates, Nuke Head, or Newgate, although that's a prison. But what does Newcastle itself have to offer? It is home to what must be one of the last surviving HMV stores in the world. It boasts not one, but two Dobby's garden centres, selling a wide variety of plants, gifts, outdoor furniture, and fashionable clothing, as well as serving up a range of hot and cold food in their world-famous cafes. Dobby's. Who needs the apostrophe? Perhaps the most famous figure associated with the city is Earl Grey, who invented tea. His statue stands proudly atop a 135-foot column in the city centre. Grey's monument actually has steps inside, and if you're willing to climb them, then the top affords unrivaled panoramic views of the city. But I've got a much better idea. You can see all the big shops from up here. There's Marks and Spencer's, John Lewis. It's got everything. And free. Well, here I am down on the quayside, and there's a few crowds, a few people come down to see this historic occasion when the swing bridge will once again open up to allow some boats through. It's the first time it's happened, I believe, in about 3 years, and it's a rare occasion these days. And all that remains is for us to sit tight and wait for signs of life. It's all very, very exciting. Well, there you go, they've sounded the alarm. You can hear the bells going, and it should... Well, nothing's happening. No. Not looking good. Well, you can perhaps hear the disappointment of the seagulls overhead, livid that the beloved swing bridge is not in full swing. Very much static and stationary and not swinging. Bit of a letdown, that. The comments beneath this article seem to suggest that the lack of funding has left the bridge in a desolate state, and this would also explain why many of the city's newest buildings are being made out of recycled shipping containers. Still, the locals continue to find new and innovative ways to entertain themselves, and for that, I applaud them. And on the plus side, if I had never come down to the quayside to watch the bridge fail to swing, I would never have stumbled upon this comically thin building, in whose shadow I shall now leave you. Thanks, Newgate.